It's time for movie buzz. It is time for movie buzz. Tell your mom, your sister, and your cousin it's time for movie buzz. Here comes your host, Zach, carrying a six-pack. Come on over, enjoy the fun. It's time for movie buzz. Yeah, come on over, enjoy the fun. It's time for movie buzz.
All right, let's see if this works.
Hello.
Hey, audio!
Oh
All
my
right.
gosh. Thank you. Wonderful. Yeah, I don't know what the hell is happening there.
I don't know, because I got nothing. I didn't even hear, like, the
Right.
connect sound.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what's happening, but I'm glad that we figured it out.
Technically, we didn't. We just switched to something else.
I know. Whatever. Well, we would like to welcome to the Team ProCreate guest line the JC Klatch. That might be a little bit confusing for some people, so if you don't mind explaining what exactly is a Klatch or the JC Klatch.
Well, we are multiple, which means more than one person in the same body. Kind of like multiple personalities, except that we don't consider ourselves personalities. And the JC Klatch is just what we call our group.
So is Klatch like a certain type of vocabulary word, or is that something you just came up with?
It is defined as a casual gathering of people.
I like it. It sounds very casual. So you sent me this little factoid that you had heard of, let's see, how many people? Like 1,500 people inhabiting one space?
Yes, there was a system that we used to be friends with who they had like 1,500 people was their last estimate. They were
Oh
only
my
able to give
gosh.
us an estimate.
Yeah, and you said something about that there could be up to 30 people or so at the front at once.
Yeah, they would front in groups of 30. I don't quite understand how that works.
Right.
My brain kind of melts if I think about it too much.
You have more of an understanding than I do, and that, yeah, I just...
They were an actual DID system, which is different than a non-DID multiple. So they do function differently.
Well,
So I guess that's how they do it.
if you don't mind explaining the difference between the dissociative identity disorder system and then your multiple system.
Well, a TID system is created usually from trauma that happened, usually when they're young, and not really sure, how that works, but you end up with more than one person over there. But in our system, we're just here. Nothing happened to put us here. The other difference is DID systems, each of the members of their system usually have a specific reason for their existence. We each in our system we're just here.
Right. No, yeah, it seems like... I don't know. From what I've gathered, it seems like with the DID, each personality, I guess if you want to call it that, is sort of a type of emotion, almost, instead of a complete... From what it sounds like, being a multiple, each front is like a complete person. But when
Right.
it comes to the dissociative identity disorder, it seems like there is one emotion that's more upfront than most when a certain personality takes over.
That seems to be more prevalent, but not always the case. I have met quite a few DID systems that each of the members are about as complete as we are.
Right. It seems like there's a broad spectrum with the what's it called, borderline identity. Like there's a broad spectrum of, different types of diagnoses, I guess you could say.
Yeah, there's like DID, DD-NOS, and like one other one. I kind of lost track of them all.
If you don't mind, also, who am I speaking with? I forgot to ask that. That's probably kind of rude, but who am I speaking with?
You have Miyakode again.
Okay.
For now.
Excellent. And for our listeners, again, we tried to do this once before, and it was not happening quite quite as well as I would have hoped. So we're going for a second shot here.
Yeah, I didn't have the headphones last time. Sorry.
No, you're okay. You are okay. It's actually more on my end, I would say, than yours completely. So I'm going to get into a more specific question about you personally.
Okay.
You are considered, I guess you identify as an age slider. What exactly is that? And does something happen to make the change take place, or is it just kind of whatever circumstance you find yourself in?
Being an age slider, I guess my mental age kind of shifts about. So, sometimes I can look at the world as an adult, and sometimes I can look at the world as a child, or I actually can do both at once sometimes, which is kind of weird when you think about it. But there really isn't any sort of trigger or anything to set it off. It really is, like obviously if I'm in a setting that needs an adult, I'm going to be an adult.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm at home and I'm watching cartoons, I might slide younger and enjoy myself as a younger age.
That's pretty cool, actually. You kind of like take yourself out of yourself almost, and I don't know. I could definitely identify with watching cartoons and kind of just like not reverting, but like sliding to an age where it's more comfortable to watch cartoons and not kind of judge yourself.
It's fun. I mean, it's my favorite part of it is when I slide younger, things are a lot more fascinating.
Oh yeah, I bet. That would be incredible to look at the world through a different set of eyes like that. But also kind of being aware that those eyes are there.
Yes. And it's nice that, I can go ahead and be an adult when I need to be. It's kind of the best of both worlds.
Excellent. Well, Mia Kode, I appreciate your input on the situation, and if I could, I would like to speak with someone else if that is possible.
Sure, which one do you have in mind?
Well, I don't know. You said that both Luna and Jen were both pretty adamant about being on, so either one of them would be wonderful.
Sure. Let me just put this tablet down so I don't break it when we switch.
Yes, take your time.
Oh God, now they're sitting there like discussing which one's going first.
But great. Well, you can I mean, they both have a chance at one point, so if that helps at all.
Ow. Hello?
Hello. Who?
Hi,
Hi there. Who am I speaking with, if I may ask?
Jen.
Jen, hello. So, you fought it out, and you are the victor, the first one on the show.
Yes.
Congratulations. Well, I have one main question for you. Hopefully, you'll be able to answer and not incriminate yourself. But I read that you consider yourself a trickster, so to speak. If you could tell me about some of the pranks that you've pulled and how others kind of deal with them. Yeah, there it is. That's a pretty maniacal laugh there.
I plead the fifth.
Right. No, I have a specific case that I can cite if you don't want to.
Wait, what would they tell you already?
I heard that when I think it was Rebecca, but she said when she has somewhere important to go, like you'll leave the lights on and all the energy sucking devices on inside the car so that when she goes to start it in the morning, it is not operable.
Yeah, I've turned it off on her and stuff. She'll get in the car, she'll turn it on, and then it'll blast it. It's really kind of funny.
Nice.
But it got old. I wore it out.
As someone is wont to do when they have a good prank.
Yes.
So I'm sure you set someone else up. You can share. It's okay.
I used to pull a lot of pranks on our roommate when we had a roommate, Alan. It was kind of amusing. Hopefully he doesn't listen. But he'd never think about how to fix something, so I'd unplug his keyboard and stuff. He'd come home from work, I'd try to use the computer and it wouldn't work, and he'd flip out. It was kind of funny.
Sounds like a coworker of mine. They put on the bottom of on the mouse, there's that little sensor.
I've done that one.
Yeah, classic. So, or was it Control Alt and then a directional key? It'll turn the screen Sideways?
Yeah, his didn't have that.
Oh, come on.
I know. That was good.
Well, so would you consider yourself a high energy type of person?
Well, I don't know. It depends on your definition of high energy.
I don't know. I've been getting you've exuded some high energy. That's why I asked, because I know Luna is described as such, so I didn't know if your personality kind of matched that as well.
I'm definitely more energetic than some of the other ones,
Yeah.
but not as much as Luna.
So high energy is relative to the system.
Yes.
Exactly. What's your favorite part about being a part of the system?
Well, I get to spend my whole life with some nice people that can't go anywhere.
Very nice.
No matter how much I piss them off, I can't they can't leave.
So how old are you then?
12.
12. Oh, okay. So you're the perfect age to be messing around with people and then just kind of giving an innocent little, I'm sorry.
Yes. I get away with a lot.
Thank you for being a part of it. I really appreciate it.
Hey, no problem.
Would you like to pass the microphone off, possibly?
Yeah, I'll see if I can get Luna out here.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah. Hello?
Hi there. How are you?
Hey.
Am I speaking with Luna?
Yes.
Wonderful. Wonderful. How are you today?
I'm all right.
Good. I'm not draining too much energy, I hope.
No, we saved it up for you.
Wonderful. Perfect. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and kick it off here. So, okay, we'll preface this by me asking. I've been asking, how old are you?
I'm 19.
19, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So what is your experience like being the ripe old age of 19 and having the highest energy of a group of 9 people?
I don't know how to like quantify that or.
Well, do you? I guess what I'm trying to ask is, would you consider yourself like a cheerleader, so to speak? Do you bring people up when they're down, or how do you use that energy? Is it just?
Oh, most of the time I use that energy just to dance around.
It's just how you exist.
Yeah, it's just my existence. I put on headphones and doing the dishes is more like a dance show. I constantly have headphones in and listen to music. That's kind of my entire existence.
Wonderful. I can understand how that existence would be necessary. So
I've got a great story to tell you about that. Do you mind if I share it?
Not at all. No, absolutely. Please.
At work, I had to I would go around and fix computers at people's places,
Mm-hmm.
and I showed up at this one business, and one of my favorite songs actually came on my music player, and I was a couple minutes early. So I turned it up. I started dancing in the parking lot. And what I didn't realize is that all the people coming back from their lunch break had joined me behind me. So I turn around and I find like 12 people are dancing in the parking lot with me.
It's like a makeshift flash mob or something there.
Yeah. And when I actually went into the building to start working on the computers, everybody was cheering me on. I'm like, oh my God.
That's me.
Yeah.
So so it's not necessarily just like you just share energy with everyone, not just in the group.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just kind of like, if you're near me, you're going to pick up some energy and hopefully you enjoy it.
Well, one of the questions I have about your system, like when someone is at front, is that a conscious decision made by whoever wants to be up front, or how's that decision made?
Fronting is usually a kind of a mutual. My mouth's not working. Fronting is usually more of a mutual decision. Like it's between the person who wants to go front and the person who is front. It'd be like, hey, I want to have some front time, and the person front might be like, okay, as soon as I finish whatever it is I'm doing, and you can come out here. And that's usually how it works. Sometimes it's also like planned. Like I know next weekend I think Julie has somewhere to be, so she's got next weekend. She'll be front. So
that makes sense. Okay, so sorry, I just completely lost my train of thought there. No, okay.
Train stopped by Amtrak.
Yeah, good luck with that. Oh, that's where my dad works.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
No.
I insulted you.
How dare you? No, that you insulted my father, not me.
Okay.
It's okay. Well, I appreciate your participation. Do you think there may be somebody else willing to allow me to experiment?
Pretty much everybody but Kate. So, I mean, you know, if you
Okay.
got someone in mind.
Sure. Is 17 available? That'd be interesting.
Oh, that will be interesting. Our one boy.
Also, before that happens, do you have anything that you think I should ask him?
Well, I have no idea.
Okay. Well, I have a couple of questions that might get me through, so.
There's a good reason I don't host a podcast.
Yeah, I don't. Some people would say that there should be plenty of reasons why I don't, but I still continue on, so.
All right, let's see if I can get him out here.
Okay.
Well, that took longer than normal.
Oh, okay. Hello. That was very surprising.
Yeah, I'm the one that kind of talks funny.
No, you're fine. No, not that. Not the funny talk. You just kind of came in like abruptly. I wasn't ready for it.
Yeah, I tend to be kind of abrupt.
Well, 17, how are you today?
I'm alright.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, I have a couple of questions for you because out of everyone, don't share this if you would, but I find you the most interesting.
Really?
Yes. From what I consider an interesting story is how you were introduced to the group. Do you mind sharing that with our listeners?
To some degree, I can share some of that.
Okay.
I'm the only one that wasn't born with the body, so I wasn't like part of the system when it first started existing. Unfortunately, when we were younger, some really terrible people decided that they were going to mess with us, and they thought that they could kind of hide what they were going to do amongst the members of the system, and they created me to try and force front whichever one they wanted to play with.
Mm-hmm.
And well, instead of doing that, I was on their side, so I didn't. That's why I got the name Rogue. It's because I guess from their point of view, I'm a rogue.
Right. Yeah. It seemed like you actually embraced that title as rogue, sort of.
Yes, because I don't listen to the people who made me, because they suck.
And you're a rogue because you are a male dealing with eight ladies, which is a Herculean task to some people. So I congratulate you on that.
That does get kind of ridiculous. Like, for example, I have a skirt on right now. That's kind of not my fault.
Right. Okay.
It would take forever if we tried to change clothes every time we switch for this podcast.
Oh wow, that would be no.
That would take all day.
That is not a requirement. So, do you feel safe within your system now?
Yes, I do. They did quite a lot to get me away from the people who created me, and they actually went as far as, like, because I used to feel like I didn't belong here because I wasn't born here, and they actually kind of adopted me. It had like this whole like adoption thing inside.
Nice.
So now I feel like I'm part of their family because they really wanted me around, which is really kind of I wasn't expecting that before.
Yeah, that's wonderful. I mean, what would happen if they did not accept you like that? I mean, that would be.
Where would I go? Detroit?
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. It hurt my brain to think about that for a minute. This show will be out in 2.5 weeks. I've been mostly talking with Mia Code, so I'm going to send her a link to the episode, and apparently you guys are going to put it up on your site, so there'll be plenty of chances to check it out. So I just wanted to let you know where that is going to be.
Yeah, we'll put you with the because we had an article on there because we were in the news once. Did you see the article? That was kind of cool.
No, see, the problem is when I check things out for the show, I'm at my job, and a lot of websites are like blocked, and I can't see certain things, so I did not. But now that you mention it, I'm at home, so I can actually check that out right now.
Job blocked us? Were that horrible?
I
Oh my
know.
god.
No, it's jcklatch.us, correct?
Yes.
Wonderful.
See it with you there?
I'm going there right now. While I do this, do you want to maybe pass it off to someone else if that's possible?
Sure. Now which one you want?
That's a funny way to put it. Let's see.
She get like trading cards.
I know. Yeah, that'd make it much easier.
It could be like Pokemon. Gotta interview them all.
Gotta front them all.
There you go.
There
That works.
Jeez. Okay. We were talking about maybe Pastel being front at the beginning because it took more energy to get her front, but if that is possible, that would be pretty cool.
Just be patient. It takes a little while to get out here.
No, that's fine. And if not, I mean, feel free to pass it on to either Rebecca or Lily.
Oh, let's see if we can get Pastel out here. We've never actually switched from me to Pastel before.
Oh.
First time for everything. That was just a pure coincidence. Never done it before.
Well, hopefully it doesn't cause some kind of catastrophic event.
It'll be kind of funny if we explode or something.
Yeah. First case of spontaneous human combustion caught on tape.
Well, I guess it would be audio tape, which I mean, if it's fire, there's not really much to heal.
Yeah. Well, that's why we're setting it up right now so people know what's happening in case you explode.
All right, you go read the article. I'll go get Pastel.
That is what I'm doing right now. Sounds good. Thank you.
I'm here.
Hi there. How are you this afternoon?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. And this is Pastel?
Yes.
Wonderful. Well, I really appreciate you being front right now. Thank you for being on the show.
You're welcome.
So you are considered to be in charge of the system, correct?
Yes.
What are some of the difficulties of being in charge of 8 other individuals?
Trying to, if there's a disagreement, coming up with which side I'm going to go with. If 2 people want to be in 2 different places, sometimes I have to mediate.
If there's a discussion about who will be front and there can't be a decision made, you are kind of the deciding factor.
Yes. And I try to base it on who's already had more front time. I try to be fair.
So what are that sounds like a somewhat, not negative consequence, but it seems like it could be trying at times. What are some of the things that are beneficial for being the quote-unquote leader of the system?
Well, there are definitely perks to the position. For starters, I don't have to do the housework. They take care of it.
Look at you. Very nice.
It's good to be the queen.
Right. Awesome. So you're definitely humble about it too, apparently. How do you feel that DID or multiple personality disorder or multiplicity, how do you feel that those are being portrayed in the media or the entertainment industry as a whole?
I think it is one of the most inaccurate portrayals of anything I've ever seen. Most of them are portrayed as crazy and unstable. And no, most multiples are very, very different than that.
Right. We had a guest on beforehand who identifies as dissociative identity disorder. And from what I've gathered from conversations, it seems like the way that is portrayed, when somebody shows signs of that occurring, it seems like there's almost such a stigma built around it that it would be scary to kind of confront. But then once it is confronted, it seems like, I mean, from everyone I've talked to, you just exist, you just exist like anybody else, just trying to get through life the best way you know how.
It's a good way to put it. A lot of people seem to think that there's always some sort of hidden violent one that hasn't come out yet and will somehow magically appear.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just not the case.
For the purpose of the show, we're watching Me, Myself, and Irene, which is kind of a silly thing, but the more we got into it and we're watching it, the more sensitive I became to kind of, like you said, there's always, it's like, oh, there's the normal one, Charlie, and then there's the crazy one, Hank, and like he's, I don't know, it just seems kind of ridiculous pretty much.
It is.
To take some kind of mental health issue like that and turn it into some kind of like circus,
It's offensive, in plain English.
Delving into the world or whatever you want to call it. I mean, I started watching that and it's just like you said, it's kind of offensive. It's just offensive. It's just turning something, turning people's lives into some like silly thing.
And all it does is continue to portray that, that false image, and, actual multiples have to deal with the consequences of that. If people assuming that they're going to be unstable or, cause a problem because of what they've seen on TVs and movies.
Well, like some of the stories we'd gotten, you guys did like IT work, and you would go, and one day, someone would be at front, and you would go and perform a task, and then maybe you had to come back for later service, and someone else was at front, and it's, that's kind of almost like I'd say a perfect description of the system as a whole, sort of. It's not really that you're dealing with somebody with these different personalities, and they could be up one day and down another day. You're actually dealing with 9 distinct individuals.
Yes. I mean, each one of us has our different likes, dislikes, beliefs, skills, everything that makes a person, each one of us has our own set.
I'd even say down to just the most basic thing. I mean, everyone that I've talked to has different voices. If I encountered you guys on a regular basis, I would be able to tell who's who once I got to know you better.
Most people actually can. In fact, our former roommate had gotten so good at it that when some of the other members of the system tried to confuse him a bit just to see if they could by pretending to be one another, he could still pick out who was front.
Nice. I appreciate you being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
No, absolutely. If I could speak with one more person, that would be great.
Is there a particular one you had in mind?
How about Lily?
All right.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I think I'm out here. Oh, here I am. Sometimes it's a little tricky to figure out if we've gotten all the way out here just because of the number of switches in a row like that. Especially since everyone's crowded around the front to see what's going on.
I asked for one more person because I figured that it might be getting a little trying, so we will bookend with you if you don't mind.
All right. That's interesting to be a bookend. I'm the avid reader in the group.
Yes, you are the learned one, the most. No, I can't say that because I don't know. You might not be the most learned one.
I'm the one with the largest vocabulary.
There we go. Nice. I wanted you to say it so I didn't have to.
I've also been known for a sharp wit.
Yes, excellent. Well, I hope that you might have some insights on a few questions that I have for you.
Okay.
As for, I'm gonna refer to it as a state of being, I guess is the best way to put it. But do you think that there was a trigger for the state of being, or is it how you've existed since you can remember?
As far back as any of us can remember, we've just always been multiple. It's just how we've been, and we don't know any different. The only exception to that is, of course, in the beginning we didn't have 17.
Mm-hmm.
And he showed up later on, but other than that, we've always been here.
We had a very interesting conversation with 17, in fact.
He's a very interesting little boy.
Yes, he is. Well, actually, I have a question about that, since you were just talking about everyone trying to kind of be close to the front to see what's happening. So is everyone experiencing I can't talk, I'm sorry. Is everyone experiencing this in some form or another?
For the most part, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's listening in and are just hearing what's going on.
Very interesting. So, are there any kind of, I guess I'd say adverse effects, socially or even, I guess, psychologically that come with different people being up front? Or, well, we were talking about, I'm going off track here, I'm sorry.
It's all right.
But Pastel and I were talking about me, myself, and Irene, and like the entertainment industry as a whole, portraying, being a multiple. So I assume that there are socially awkward situations or even negative based on, people's preconceived notions about what being a multiple is.
There definitely is. One that comes to mind was Miyakode had a friend that she knew for 5 years. She was good friends with this person, but just because the situation hadn't come up, he actually hadn't been aware that there were more of us, and Mia decided to introduce him to the rest of us. And as soon as he found out that we were multiple, he ended the friendship, told her that we were too dangerous to be in his house, and said some very insulting things. And then we've never heard from him again. So that's definitely an impact of people's preconception of what a multiple is. And of course, we're currently looking for work, and when potential employers find out that we're multiple, they too have that preconceived idea of what a multiple is going to be like in the workplace. And instead of trying to find out what they're actually like, they just avoid the whole thing altogether.
So when you go into situations like that, well, I guess just any situation, period, where you're meeting new people, is that something that you kind of try and discuss, firsthand, or is it something that you're kind of just like, hey, this is who we are?
We tend to go, head first into a situation, at least with potential friends anyway. The workplace is a little bit different because it does have to be a little more delicate. If you get it out of the way sooner, you waste less time with people that aren't going to be accepting.
Nice. I think that's a good approach to have. I'd say that's a big thing I'm trying to portray here, I guess, it's just life is normal. It's just 9 people trying to live life. And that's kind of, I would say that's the best approach for anybody when trying to get in some kind of, relationship with someone that's going to change their life. You should just kind of bear it all and be out front and hope for the best.
That's how we go with it. Because, if somebody's going to have an issue with it, we've only known them for maybe an hour, there's no emotional investment, and we're not really losing anything at that point. And, of course, then we have more free time to go find somebody else to spend our time with.
Mm-hmm. What would you say your role in the system is? Pastel's more of like a leader, and Luna has like this high energy, and it seems like each member has kind of like a definitive characteristic that sets them apart from everyone else.
I am the one that reads the most. That's pretty much all I do when I'm front is I either do housework or I read. It's pretty much where I enjoy my time is reading.
Oh, so you're one of the ones that gets the housework delegated to them.
Well, I haven't, it may change now that we're looking for work because we base it on, who has the skills for the job. But in our previous job, I didn't have enough computer skills to work the job, so I did more of the housework. That was kind of the compromise.
Because, Pastel made it sound like she's like, it's good to be queen. I don't do housework.
No, she doesn't do housework. She hasn't fronted for employment either, but she does have her own work that needs to be done inside. So she's not. She's definitely not without her own duties.
Right. She is the great and powerful Oz. She's the behind the scenes leader, so to speak.
Yes, and she does usually take care of a lot of, like, if somebody has something on their mind, she's usually the one that they talk to. She does do. There's quite a bit that she does get done in there, so it's not without its hard work on its own.
No, absolutely. It sounds like she does quite a bit of mediating and balancing people's emotions, sort of, so things don't get out of hand, maybe.
Exactly, and she also, of course, has to take on the role of enforcing those rules.
Mm-hmm.
She's the one that has to, so that takes quite a bit of energy on her part to take care of.
Oh, I'm sure, and just like anybody else, if you're head of a household, making all these decisions and trying to keep siblings from tearing each other apart and, doling out punishments and things, it can be it can definitely be taxing, I'm sure.
That's a good way of putting it. She would be the head of household.
Because, you guys are family, so...
Yes.
Of course.
We actually have a bumper sticker on our car that says so.
Well, then it must be true, then.
Absolutely.
It's like almost as true if it were on the internet or on TV.
Bumper stickers are definitely more true than the internet.
From my personal experience. Well, I think that should about wrap it up. And also, if you're interested, I'd said earlier we had a gentleman, Wesley, who identifies with a dissociative identity disorder. So if that would interest you, we have an interview at the beginning of the show that you might want to listen to as well.
Oh, that would be rather interesting.
No, yeah, he was a really good guest. He had a lot of insight and offered help to any listeners that were, maybe struggling or, I don't know, knew somebody. So it was very cool to have him on, and you guys as well, of course.
It's interesting. One of the big differences I've noticed with some of the DID systems we've known over the years is a lot of them seem to struggle with keeping balance amongst the different members.
Well, what I gather with him was it was more of a struggle to kind of stay front when the others wanted to sort of take over almost, it sounded like.
Yeah, exactly what I was getting at. They don't there's less teamwork in a lot of them, in a lot of those systems.
Right, and he's.
And I don't mean that as an insult, of course.
No, like he's come to accept. He has a front that is more feminine. He accepts that, but then there's another side of him that's completely violent, like kind of self-inflicting violence sort of thing. And it seems like when that person is up front, the Wesley that he identifies with kind of just goes unconscious almost and doesn't even know what's happening until he snaps out of it, kind of.
One of the biggest differences between a DID system and just a naturally multiple system is that blacking out doesn't really happen with us.
Right.
I mean, it does on occasion when there's certain medications that'll cause it, but for the most part, it doesn't happen.
A big part of DID and being multiple is like the self-acceptance sort of aspect of it, because the social stigma is such that it might be a problem to kind of acknowledge that there's something going on. Well, miss, I'm going to get some dinner because I'm a little hungry.
I think we should probably do the same.
I will be in touch shortly throughout the week.
All right.
Okay?
Just talking to you.
Okay, you too, and let everyone know I said thanks again. I really appreciate this. This is awesome. So, thank you.
I will definitely pass that along.
Great, thank you. Have a good evening.
You too.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye. And that was the JC Klatch on the Movie Buzz podcast. Are these two cops corrupt? Is that or just him? It's just him.
No, it's both of them.
Okay. Richard Jenkins, I love that guy. And Chris Cooper, I like that guy a lot too. They're good actors.
Good.
They're good. So they had drinks. One thing led to another. She was shoving dildos up his asshole.
See, now if he had a stiff dildo, he couldn't do this.
Well, look who joined the party.
Part right here.
That's so gross looking.
See, that's funnier.
See, that's funnier when you just have a floppy flop. I wonder if we both do it, if it sounds like legit. There we go. Yeah, see, two different tones, so it's actually, I think it's working. It's like when you do the telephone thing,
They don't explain how this old guy has this hot chick.
I don't know.
Young
Do they
hot
have
chick.
to explain it? I don't know, man. I mean, maybe he has a wonderful personality. He's rich.
Mm-hmm.
He's rich.
Yeah,
that's it.
He owns a hotel, I guess. So.
You want to try that? I've never done it on this before. With the telephone, the dial tone. You know what I'm talking about? Where I make like a low pitch, or vice versa, and you make a high pitch, but it's the same note. It's just like in a different key, and you do them together, and it makes like a dial tone.
Yeah.
You want to try it?
Go ahead.
You want to do high or low? You have to like. The first one sounded pretty good, but that was, I think we were doing the same tone.
This is where you find
I
out
can't go high.
that both of them are corrupt after he cleans out his a-hole.
After he cleans out his b-hole for the A. That's what you have to do. You have to hum.
Because he's like, let's just go in shooting.
You gonna hum? You gonna hum with me?
But this is a part of the movie.
God damn it. What happened to his eye? Did he get stung by a bee?
I forget.
See, that's what I do. I watch the movie before it happens, and I don't really pay attention, and then I let the guest co-host watch the movie, and they just fill me in. You ready to do this? You do low. Oh, we almost had it there. I felt like you feel this weird vibration. I don't know. It was very close. I could feel right there. It looks awesome on the screen here, too. You can see when it gets close. Oh, nice. Very nice. Holding them up. And guess what? They know how to fly. They set this up way back in the movie. Foreshadowed it when they built that plane. Of course they know how to fly.
Right.
But of course, what is it? It's like something weird. It's like, man, I don't know how to drive a... I don't know how to fly a...
It's in German.
P-88.
The instructions are in German.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. So funny. These guys are fucking savants. Like, they are geniuses, basically.
Yeah.
They can, like, change between, like, the metric system and the standard system in their heads and shit. It's 1.06.
They know the...
One motherfucking 0.06.
They know the diameter of a guy's a-hole.
Oh, they're talking about shoving the gun up his ass?
No, a chicken egg. He bets him he can stick a egg up his ass
Without it breaking?
Without it breaking, yeah.
Nice. Do you think you could do that?
No.
You'd have... Oh, yeah. I don't know.
Well, I mean, maybe to somebody.
If you had some kind of... Yeah, that, or if you had, like, some kind of widening clamp.
He hashed the Coke machine.
Jesus Christ. Okay, here they go. They're confiscating the police helicopter. It's so weird. Why the hell do they have the instructions in German? I can speak it, but he can't read it, apparently. Secure the F doors and adjust the motherfucking rotor pedals. Check. Disengage the goddamn inverter switch. Then get this motherfucker off the ground.
Yeah. Exactly.
Jeez, dude. Those are some big guys, too. Like, I can't imagine that helicopter being weighed down quite a bit.
Seems like it.
That's a big guy, man. What are all these chickens doing?
It's a chicken farm.
He shoved a chicken's head up his asshole.
Yeah.
That's animal cruelty right there.
Yeah. That can't feel good.
Had to go too dangerous for you. Borrowed a few bucks. Will pay you. My address is below your pal C and I. Oh. But at least they left him there with the car and shit.
You shouldn't have told him that he murdered his whole family.
Definitely not. I'll show us sons of bitches.
He immediately tries to get a gun.
He's like, I need a gun and a lot of ammo.
Because, of course, he has a map right there.
Well, that's nice. It was $1.95 for a map.
Whitey's rich, man.
Killed his whole family. He probably inherited all the insurance money, all the life insurance money. Sold the house off, all the possessions. Bought that sweet-ass telescope. We're just watching a movie bullshitting. You know?
BSing.
We were getting stoned. I don't know what happened there. We could change that if you'd like. How much time we got left here on this fucking thing? It's only half an hour left. Let's get blazed. We missed 420.
Yeah.
We have to make up for that.
We were high at 420. That's all that matters.
Relatively speaking. All right. Feel free to talk all you want. I'm going to go get something. Or don't talk at all. But preferably talk.
Jim Carrey is a really talented actor. And he always chooses roles that no one else would choose or that really need him. Movies that really need him to be in it. Oh yeah, the motel scene had a smashed watermelon, and there's no reason as to why it got there. It's because they were gonna have somebody fucking a watermelon, but they decided to take it out because it's in the American Pie was also about to come out with him fucking a pie.
That's funny. That's awesome.
And so they didn't want to use the same joke.
Different fruits. Okay, so we get it, guys. That's good. I was like, you only had one comment to say, huh? Jim Carrey is a good actor. It's weird because, like, imagine if you got the script for Ace Ventura and you'd be like, what the fuck is this? You know? Like,
Yeah.
if you're just reading it, but, like, he did something with it and he turned it into a role that actually, like, made his career.
Right.
You know, I mean, like, it started it on its way. It was the first, like, role, like, post, what's that show that he was on? In Living Color.
In Living Color.
You can do what you want to do.
For sure, he was Fireman Bill.
Let me show you something.
And a couple other crazy characters. One of my favorites was when he was a lifeguard.
Oh, yeah,
of a little spa. He's like, no splashing. The guy barely, like, put his hand in the water, like, once.
No, that was when he was on SNL. Like, when he hosted SNL.
Mm.
That was funny. That was really funny, though. I know exactly what you mean. He's like, time to do some laps.
Yeah.
Just, like, flailing in the... Oh, what is he doing? How does he fight like that? He just, like... The dildo knocks this guy out. That's so stupid.
Yeah.
It's so flimsy. It would do nothing. Here you go. This might help your back.
It's actually my ass. I have the same problem as Charlie.
Ooh. You gotta watch out for those dillies. Don't dilly-dally with the dilly.
Only it's not because of a dildo.
A yardstick?
No, it's because these wooden chairs.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, man. I'm moving, and this is what I have.
It's okay.
Ew. He said, don't be mad, my little pussy fart. That's cute. That's ridiculous.
Always feel just like Sherlock Holmes.
That's crazy. Hank, like, switched out of Charlie or whatever, switched out of the front right before she kicked him in the balls. You all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that hurt?
It's only for a second.
So right when she, like, kicked him in the balls, he, like, turned back into Charlie.
I've done
so
this,
Charlie's when they got
where you attack the mirror. You're like, come on. Let me at you.
Come on, tough guy. Dude, this is such great acting right here. He's, like, fighting himself, but he has, like, the two different personalities going on, too. And like,
Yeah.
It's intense. He's, like, choking himself, but he's also, like, pulling his hand, like, breaking his fingers and, like, breaking his fingers as the other guy's choking himself. It's really hard to explain, but, you know.
Yeah, it's definitely Jim Carrey at his best.
At his slapstick, yeah. Best. This is pretty good, though. I like it. Want to see my weasel? Is that what you call your penis? All he did was unzip it. It looked like just started shaking his unzipped pants at somebody. Dude, this is crazy.
Yeah, and then he's already zipped up again.
Ooh, look at that. Catching fucking mistakes here, aren't you? Ooh.
Yeah.
Slams him through some fucking glass. Ew. Oh. He spit in his own face. He spit in the air and then
Right.
and landed back down his face. That's gross. And it showed it. Ewy gooey. For now, fucker. They called a truce on that so they could get away from these rogue cops. I bet her clothes smell. She's been wearing the same clothes
She's
for like
really
5
good
days.
at running onto trains.
Yeah, good job. It's half of her movie descriptions usually. Ooh, he got shot.
He gets shot and he says, ow.
But it was only in the arm. It looked like the top of his arm.
Yeah, but still. Have you ever been shot?
By a BB gun. Have you ever been shot?
No. By a BB gun, yeah.
BB guns hurt.
Yeah, they hurt.
Did you say ow?
And a paintball gun. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe he got shot by a BB gun. He's being a little baby.
Right, yeah. Again, Hank has to take over.
Yeah, he needs to merge these two personalities together, clearly, and be a more complete person.
Mm-hmm. But that's easier said than done.
Well, that's what we were
Come
talking
on,
about.
Rip Van Wussy.
That's what we were talking about fucking earlier with Wesley about, he's like, I can't just, it's not something where it's like, I express myself in different ways as these different people, as these different identities. But it's not like I can, just like force them all together and like it be me as a complete person, not struggling with the different ones taking over and shit. Pretty interesting existence, I'm sure.
This scene right here where he throws him out of the car
is it him?
Is done in one take.
Is it him?
It was done in one take. I know that. I don't think it's him.
Like they just took one take and that's it?
Yeah.
And they used it?
And they used it.
Mm-hmm. It's bad form on the Fairley Brothers. You always have to get an extra take just in case, anything could happen to that thing. So, just saying, Fairley Brothers, a little helpful advice from the Movie Buzz podcast. Always try and get a little bit of additional coverage if you can. My other old DVD had a fucking zoom function. It was pretty awesome. There we go, zoom. Goop, goop, goosh. You know what? I don't think it is him because of the way that it, like, cuts there, Like, it cuts from this angle to this angle.
Right.
Like, from inside the car, basically, to, like, outside and, like, feet away. So I don't think so. That's my professional opinion.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Okay. That was a waste of time. It's okay, man. I just want to see if it's Jim Carrey throwing himself out of the car, That's vital information.
Yeah, I don't think Jim Carrey's going to do that.
I don't know. He'll flip himself over
railing.
The edge of a cliff.
Yeah.
It wasn't really a cliff.
Yeah. There was a mattress down at the bottom. That's why he sprung back up.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
He's fine. This is hilarious.
Yeah.
Like the car's just like ghost riding forward, He has to catch up with it and like
luckily
jump in.
not that fast.
And then Hank's like, took care of that asshole. But it's like, no, you didn't.
Yeah, he's still there.
He's still there because he's physically, If you're physically there, he's there with you. Dumbass. What an idiot. Hank's kind of stupid. I know that much.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, I'm just going to pull this trigger to your head, and then I'll be free. But he wouldn't because he would be dead too.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to say. You need to laugh.
But it works in
Laugh at my jokes.
It works in Fight Club.
This guy's mullet. Yeah.
The dude shoots himself.
This is a fucking precursor to Fight Club if I've ever seen one. Me, myself, and Irene. It's a good combo to watch. You should watch that, and then watch Rocky Horror Picture Show. And pretty much life will be explained to you.
Yeah.
In cinema.
Yeah.
Oh, totally inconspicuous Renee Zellweger with like huge rose glasses and a I don't know, flowered scarf tied around her head.
Yeah, nobody would have suspected it was her at all.
I'm just gonna blend in with the crowd. That's the worst disguise ever. Uh-oh. There she goes. Yeah. I don't know if that's Irene being drug up or not. She's wearing big glasses and something over her head. It's hard to tell who she is. It's Irene and mullet guy. Dude, that back mullet is real floppy. He's got it going.
Yeah.
Like he definitely has that cut on purpose.
Like, where did this guy plan that, I'm going to run across this rickety bridge with a girl?
He's like, I just need to take her somewhere. I don't know where. I'm going to kidnap her off the train and then carry her away somewhere looking totally inconspicuous.
Hank wants to buy Charlie a beer.
That's cute. Hank wants to leave and Charlie wants to go and try to, like, help her. Why is she calling him Hank now? Does she like Hank better or something? Or?
No, she just thinks Hank is in control. And Hank's the one that takes action, not Charlie.
Yeah.
But now Charlie just took over.
He got his leg back. It looks like he just like skips down to that hole, basically. He didn't even try and jump. It's not Hank. It's Charlie. She just told Charlie to go back and get help.
Yep.
Really exudes confidence. Isn't that like her ex-boyfriend or something?
Yeah.
Why is she going for that guy? Why is she going for Dickie? Give me the gun. Just puts his hand on the gun.
I mean, obviously the hair.
Oh, he blew his fucking thumb off. Jim Carrey's always the best at that. Just like screaming and being crazy.
Yeah.
There's a jar in the back. That's Whitey. Rock and roll, bitches.
He's obviously an awesome throw with a lawn dart. Do not.
That looked awful. It was like
Do not play Whitey in some lawn darts.
Charlie like swan dives in the fucking
And
creek.
it's like the worst dive when he actually hits the water.
It looks like he belly flopped in there, basically.
Yeah.
Tried to swan dive.
It's not good at all.
It's very elegant, very classy.
I would give it a 1.5, because the dismount was kind of nice, but
He gets 1 point automatically just for jumping off of whatever he jumped off of because it looks scary.
yeah. And I'll give him another, half a point because he hit the water. He did do that.
And then like get knocked unconscious like she did. I'm dropping shit over here.
How dare you?
I can't help it. We're coming, Daddy. It's so funny because that guy's like, easily like 6'6", 250. He's like, I'm coming, Daddy. That guy could be a wrestler.
For sure.
Jeez, dude. One of these days I'm going to have WrestleMania 3 on the show, or I'm just going to watch WrestleMania 3 because I have that on DVD. That'd be a fun time.
Nice.
A little Coco Beware. A little Junkyard Dog. A little Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Some Macho Man Randy Savage thrown in there.
Right.
Andre.
All the classics.
The Giant.
The Slam heard
versus
around the world.
Hulk. Hogan.
Yeah.
The first.
That's the Slam heard around the world.
The Slam heard around the... apparently it was a lie, though. Because they were like, no one has ever body slammed Andre the Giant, but it happened like a handful of times before that.
Right.
I think even Hulk Hogan was one of the people that had done it before then.
Yeah.
Whatever, but yeah. They also lied about the attendance figures there as well. Because it was like touted as like the largest, indoor event or something like that ever. It was something like that.
Maybe.
Like the most attendance at an indoor event ever at the Pontiac Silverdome, but they like exaggerated the numbers, some shit. I don't know. There's a lot of weird stuff that's gone on with it. There was what's that thing called? The old Montreal screw job?
Yeah.
What was that?
That was Bret Hart was about to take the title and go to WCW with it. And Vince McMahon was like, no, you're not. And he got Shawn Michaels to pin him or make him submit when he didn't really submit. He just
said he did. Yeah. Nice.
And called for the bell, and
Montreal
Bret Hart didn't know that was going to happen until that moment. And that's why he spit on McMahon.
Nice. No, I didn't. Yeah, that's why I asked.
But yeah, he wasn't.
Awesome.
He was going to let him take his WWE title or WWF title at the time to WCW.
Yeah, was like his contract up or something, and he decided to sign with the.
Yeah, but apparently you could still carry the title if you have it. I mean, it's yours. Like,
that's
you
weird.
have to. Like, a bunch of the wrestlers have said it's one of the weirdest things. You have to carry it like on the plane and stuff, and you got to be the champ. And
yeah. Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, you gotta like stay in character at all times and stuff. Like when you're out in public.
Oh yeah, let me get
They're like, it's cool, but it's also a burden.
Well, let me get the petite steak well done. Woo.
Some crazy bullshit,
Yeah, I mean, whatever their character is, yeah.
Yes, Mr. Kane, what can I get you to eat this evening?
Kane?
That would be his response. He would just sit there and stare off blankly. He has to be in character all the time. He's a champ.
Right. Yeah, he was only champ for one day.
But still, for that one day, he couldn't say anything anywhere. He just had to walk around with that leather outfit and that mask on.
Yeah, when he did say something, he was all, I am Kane.
Will you marry me, bitch? Oh, Charlie. Oh, how did I know that's what she was going to say? That's how you respond to anything like that. That is the end of Charlie's story. Happily ever after, assuming that the plane with his 3 children doesn't crash.
Mm-hmm.
And that nice albino fella, Whitey, doesn't kill the entire family.
The end, it even says it, just in case you weren't sure.
So watch our motherfucking movie. Oh, that's a weird way to end a movie. That's funny. Yeah. They finally broke down the 4th wall, and they decided to talk to the crowd for once.
And the cow is still good.
Yep, he's good. He just has a neck cone and like a head dressing.
Unkillable cow.
Freaks me out a little bit. It happens.
Immortal cow.
Did you enjoy it? Due to time constraints, the following actors were cut or barely seen in the movie. Harley Brown Sr., Leslie Monroe, Ray the Rocket Valieri, Nancy Byers, Melinda Coxix, Crystal Handy, Rudy Cheeks, Preston Thomas, Libby Langdon, Gigi Moran, Pete Peterson, Brian Monet, Mark Levine, Igor Iggy somebody, Bill, Anna Kournikova, and Gordy Merrick.
Oh, yeah.
Brad Matthews and Kate Forrest. You might remember Anna Kournikova. She was someone that
She played some tennis.
Tennis. There you go.
She hit some balls.
Cam Neely.
She played with some balls.
Good job. That was a good one there. It was very fresh. You almost hit your face on the microphone.
Like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Very fresh. You need some Vagicaline. Why are they pointing at that guy's dick? The arrow? There's an arrow pointing at a dick.
I don't know.
That was funny. Amanda Byers is a little girl. Little fucking baby. Baby girl. Fuck that piece of shit. Sorry. Okay, well, that ends the show, I believe. I think we're going to end the show on that note. Fucking the baby girl.
Whoa.
That's what you said. I said it. You said it, I think.
Why
too.
would you say
Not
something like that?
fuck to her. Not fuck of her. If that makes sense.
It's still really weird, man.
I know. Well, thanks for joining the show today, Michael B.
Yep. Glad I could be here.
You had a good time?
Yeah.
That's good. You'll be able to hear this interview that I'm going to record tomorrow at some point, so you should check out the episode you're going to be on.
I will.
Try and get all your friends to listen to it so they can hear you talk.
Yeah. Of course, they want to. I'm sure.
You can find us on Facebook. I lied. Twitter. movie_buzzed. Or you can email the show at moviebuzz@gmail.com. I will respond to anybody out there. I will. You'll see if you do it. So, do it. So for Mike Bannister, I'm Zach. We're brought to you by Team ProCreate. Good night.
And good evening.
Good night. Yeah. I mean,
Good afternoon.
people could
good
be
evening,
listening to it
and
in the
good night.
morning. Yeah, exactly. So have a good time, whatever you're doing, whatever time of day it is. Enjoy Movie Buzzed on a nice run at the gym. It's probably the worst idea.
Mm.
You should probably get a copy of Me, Myself, and Irene and watch it and get drunk. And listen to a podcast and just like pass out and fall asleep. You need the rest, so do that. And we will catch you on the next episode.
Episode,
not episode, of Movie Buzzed.
Okay, we're gonna really
microphones.
We're gonna really stop talking now. I think.
I bet I could fit this whole microphone in my mouth.
That's what she said.
That's what I said. That's what I said, sir.
It's time for Movie Buzz. It is time for Movie Buzz. Tell your mom, your sister, and your cousin it's time for Movie Buzz. Here comes your host, Zach, carrying a six-pack. Come on over, enjoy the fun. It's time for Movie Buzz. Yeah, come on over, enjoy the fun. It's time for